All right, what's going on, guys? Trev back again to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing sort of a different kind of video. In this one, we'll be doing sort of a vlog video saying goodbye to the Marvel Legends collection. Oh man, so it's a bit of a sad day, I do have to admit. So one of the first things that I started with on YouTube was reviewing action figures and collectibles and stuff like that, comics and everything, and then eventually that kind of spilled into Walking Dead comics and different TV series and doing reviews for different things. And here we are pretty much, I want to say, well, about 11 years later, 2020, and you know, this was 2009 when I kind of first started. And one of the things I pretty much first started collecting again when I kind of got my first full-time job when I was about 20 or so was Marvel Legends, man. Marvel Legends was pretty much my favorite toy line that there was at the time. The Toy Biz Marvel Legends. This one here I just grabbed off the wall, which you can kind of see lots of Marvel Legends stuff up here, and that doesn't include the loose collection, which I have you know, mostly upstairs nowadays. But yeah, man, I definitely bought quite a few of them over time, and so this was the first one I got right here. This was the Marvel Legends Series 1 Captain America, and then basically what happened was this one was released in, let's see, it was Toy Biz 2002, so that's when this one first came out. And I did actually get this in 2002, and then later on I kind of sold off my collection when I was younger, and then I got back into it when I got my first full-time job, which was about like 13 years ago now or so. So I pretty much went through the whole line. I pretty much got all the Toy Biz stuff and most of the Hasbro stuff after that, but of course they just keep making more and more stuff all the time, so it's just about impossible to keep up. And the price tag does go up each year, especially with Trump and different things like this. So, especially here in Canada, where they're about $30 each nowadays, which is quite a bit. So you're looking at like pretty much $35 after you know, after taxes per figure, which is quite a bit. So it's been a bit of a process to decide kind of what I'm going to do, because I haven't really been buying too many figures the last few years. I still love it, as I always have. To collect action figures, but I think you know, just as I've decided the last few months, and I've already sold off around like $3,000 worth of different stuff. It just you know, it's time. Like when we did the house tour video with you guys, if you guys haven't seen it, I'll have it in the end screen videos for you. I just went through the house, and you know, people noticed, they're like, Trev, you have like toys in every room of your house. Like, it's ridiculous. Like maybe Jess's room doesn't have toys in it, but the whole rest of the damn house has toys like everywhere. It's like, does anyone need that many freaking figures? It's ridiculous. And then somebody called me out for the Patreon. He's like, they said, and I remember the comment, and, you know, you can get defensive over stuff, but he had a point. He's like, is it really right for you to ask for Patreon for the channel and stuff like this when you have like what, $20,000 or $30,000 worth of toys in your house? like probably like 800 or 900 6-inch action figures that are worth probably $20, $25, $30, not even including Build-A-Figures and crazy expensive stuff like this, like the Batwing or Batcave or Hall of Justice, which is worth, I don't even know how much, Batmobile and all this other crazy stuff is worth even more. Is it right for you to ask for people to kind of donate or pledge to the channel through Patreon if you have all this stuff hanging around? And he's got a point to a degree, right? He does have a point. It's like, yeah, you're probably right. You should probably start cutting down a little bit, at least some stuff. So, yeah, you know, when it comes down to it, it's not that I don't love the hobby anymore, or I just kind of want to, you know, just kind of quit cold turkey. I kind of, to a degree, I'm sort of basically selling whatever people want to buy off me. At first, when I started selling some stuff off, I was like, oh, I'm not going to sell this, and I'm not going to sell that, I'm not going to sell this. Like my Sentinels, Marvel Legends Sentinels, right? It's like I start posting stuff, and what is the one thing people, you know, it's like, I said to myself, like, I'm not going to sell the Sentinels, not the Toy Biz Sentinels. I'm going to keep those, because like 8 of them or something. And it's like, what do people go for right away? You know, right away, they're like, I want to buy the Toy Biz Sentinels. How much you want for them? I'm like, you know, like over 200. They're like, you know, they're just like, okay, I'll buy it. I'm just like, shit. You know? It's like all this stuff, and they go for the one thing right away that I kind of don't want to sell, right? So that's what it is. So it's kind of unfortunate, but the thing is what a lot of people don't realize when they get into a hobby like this. As I've learned over the over the course of my life, and especially the last 13 years working full time, is that it is a huge commitment to be into it, because you know, it's not like you really stop buying stuff or you stop looking at stuff. You're always looking at the next things to get. You're always looking at like, okay, what does Marvel Legends have next? Or DC, what do they got next? DC Multiverse or whatever. Whatever it is you collect, Hot Toys or whatever. What do they got coming up next? And you got the stuff you got, and then it's like you're looking at the next stuff each year. They've got the, you know, the toy fairs, Comic-Cons, all the stuff like this. And it's like you get hyped for the new stuff and then you buy the new stuff. And it's like you just constantly buy the new stuff, buy the new stuff, buy the new stuff. And it's like, damn, man, it's just a huge commitment to have to get into when the price tags are as high as they are now. You know, when I started out originally, it wasn't like that. You could get good figures for $10, $15. Like it wasn't that bad. And yes, I know inflation and everything like that. But nowadays, I mean, you look online and stuff like the Super 7 Turtles stuff, for example. I was looking at the price tag of that, and it's like shipped. You know, I was doing the math. I was like $70 a figure Canadian for shipped. I was like, oh my God. I was like, that's just for one. You know what I mean? So it's like the stuff's cool. It's really cool. It's really fun. But damn, dude, you got to be, you know, you got to be willing to get into it and really commit, because you know it's really not that much fun if you just have a bunch of stuff, unless you're still going out, you're still kind of buying stuff. But what it came down to for me to make the ultimate decision was that what I really love to do is I love to do YouTube with you guys first. That's my primary focus, is you guys. You guys to me socially are more important than the stuff. You know, the stuff is cool, like it's just. But it's just stuff and things. It's just stuff, right? It's not, you know, you guys, right? It's not the channel. It's not Trev Shantu. It's not all of you guys who subscribe, support the channel, do everything you do. So that made the decision pretty easy for me to say, okay, let's let some of the stuff go, and we can use that to, you know, help out the channel, to upgrade the computer, to do different stuff like that, and then to try to find other things I'm going to cover on the channel in the future with you guys, because I don't want to let it go, because I really love doing this with you guys, and I'd rather let the stuff go than let the channel go if it comes down to it. So that's kind of where it is. So this is going to be a long process. You know, I started the process, like I said, 3,000 already, but that's not that, like, I didn't even that's just like, you know, just getting started. Like I didn't even really make hardly any traction there. There's still, you know, as you can see, there's so much stuff I have to sell and to clear out and everything like that. That's it for you guys. This is not a sales video. Like, you know, I don't really have time necessarily to ship everything out, so I'm not selling through the channel here to you guys, and I'm not selling stuff to you guys. That's not the purpose of this. It's just a vlog video to kind of show the journey of, for me, getting into collecting. I've done lots of collecting videos over the years, probably, I don't know, 100 of them now or so over all the years, and basically at this point it's getting to the point where I'm saying that, okay, it's probably time for me to let some of this stuff go. And, you know, whatever stuff I end up with at the end is fine, and maybe I'll get back into it later. And, you know, if I have the cash or whatever and I want to do it, and, you know, I feel like it's, you know, I'm feeling good about it, then I will. But, yeah, so that's basically what it is. So made the tough decision to kind of let stuff go. I'm selling basically all my Marvel Legends stuff. I almost already sold all my Dragon Ball stuff, Figuarts and stuff like that. DC stuff, I sold some of the stuff, but I also have like 450 DC Universe figures or something like that, like over 400. So that's going to take a while and everything to sell off. Some of them are rare, stuff like that too. So you got to be patient. You got to wait for the right person who's going to be willing to pay and not deal with cheapskates too much. Cheapskates drive me crazy. People like asking for figures for $10 and stuff from Marvel Legends. It's like, take a hike, man. You know, like get out. Just I'm not even going to talk to you. You're going to talk to me $10 for Legends? Get out. Just get out. Like, don't even, get out. That's it. You know, out of my house, man. That's it. We're done. We're done professionally if you're going to talk to me $10 for Legends, right? Freaking idiots. They're looking for giveaways, looking for gimmies, right? It's like, oh, give it to me. You know, it's like, no. If you can't afford to get into it, don't get into it at all. And that's one thing, you know, it's like, yeah, man, it can be a slippery slope, and it's hard to get out, but I feel good about it, and I'm excited for the future. And who knows, after I sell some of the stuff I have, maybe I'll have some more space and some more room to be able to maybe get some other new stuff, like maybe the Super 7 Turtles or something like that, because they do look really awesome and everything. And I'll also have some room to hook up, like I've got my my bench press here, which is really cool, but I've got a 100-pound TKO heavy bag that I want to hook up, and I don't really have room right now because I have this stuff everywhere. So if I take one of these tables down, maybe I could hook up my punching bag, my heavy bag again, and that'll be cool to kind of have that as well too. So, but some of it I'll keep, you know, and it'll be hard to kind of, like this guy here is going to be difficult for me to let this guy go. But if the price is right, eventually, you know, probably let just about everything go, and it's just what it is. It's what you got to do, man. You know, times have changed and life is long, and you know, 8, 10 years later, 15 years later, you still have some of the stuff, and it's like, man, I haven't even looked at that thing for like 15 years. Okay, I probably should sell it, right? So that's it. So that's it for the video, guys. I hope you liked it. You know, it's not too sad or anything. It's just that sometimes you got to do that, and if you buy too much stuff over the years, eventually you're going to have to let some stuff go. So it's for the right reasons, I think. It's mainly for the channel, and because I can't keep up with buying the new stuff all the time. So it's kind of like, okay, well, you should let go of some of the old stuff too. Right? You hold on to this stuff that you almost even forget that you bought because you bought it like 9 years ago or something. Anyway, that's it for the video, guys. If you liked it, then please thumb it up below. Share, favorite. Thanks for all your support over the years, guys, and hope that you'll stick around for a few more. So always, this is Trev, and I'm saying peace. Later, guys. See you soon.